Bill, is it a potential banana skin when you fight on the 24th of July?
No, I think that, you know, I've been out 6 months now. It's important that I just brush some cobwebs off. You know, you can do all the sparring in the gym and whatnot else, but there's nothing to be under the lights, doing a few rounds, which I want to get in. You know, if it's 6, 8, 10, 4, 1, whatever it is, you know, it's preparing for it and getting in that fight mode. And I think I need that just before this big one. And
then after the warm up at Wembley, what will you do after that?
You know, after the Wembley, I think that, you know, I'll go straight out to, I'll have a week off. Then I'll be packing my bags and off to the Macklin Gym Marbella, MGM Gym. You know, I was speaking to Daniel on that here, and I need that surrounding again because it done me such good stead last time, and it's only done me a lot bigger stead this time to be world champion.
What sort of distractions do you have at home when you're on the site?
You know, listen, I'm one of them people, I'm an easygoing person. You know, if I can't sit down and rest, no matter what I do, I just cannot chill out and rest. You know, I think if I'm took away from everything and I'm there, you know, some people go about, oh, you go to Marbella, it's party. It's not at all. If you're there to party, it's a good place to go out. You know, it's one of the best places. But if you're there to train, you train, rest, jog, rest, and you're surrounded by good people as well. You know, Daniel and the boys, and you got all the fighters who come there. You see different faces, and everybody's doing the same thing. They're training, they're resting, and you know. It's good to do. If I'm at home, I'll be probably going for a game of snooker, a game of football, and just little things. But little things that count.
Then you got Andy Lee on September 5 is a big world title fight. Were you a bit disappointed? You wasn't Chris Eubank Jr. you could silence again, or was Andy Lee always your number one if you had a choice?
Andy Lee is always the number one for me to fight. Chris Eubank, I've beaten him. I didn't need to go there and do it again. But you know, in boxing, when you get money thrown at you, like life-changing money, you know, it's got to be done. And you know, I was getting extremely well paid for the Eubank rematch. You know, so it had to, it's 7 figures, so it had to come first. And I knew it was a beatable fight, a winnable fight again, but easier. You know, I made it hard for myself last time. But you know, he won't vacate a belt, so that's. He's pushed to the side now, and if ever we meet again, but you know, he's got to bring something to the table now. Everyone else has to work and earn a shot, so just because of his dad, it don't mean that he's got the right just to say who he wants to fight when he wants to fight him. So
if you beat Andy Lee, he isn't going to get this rematch with you
well,
straight
no,
after that?
Unless he brings something to the table. That, you know, listen, there's plenty of other good fights out there now. You know, there's Spike O'Sullivan proving himself again. You know, knocking everyone out there, put in front of him. Nick Blackwell just won the British title. You know, you got all these up and coming fighters what's doing something. You look in the pond, you got the Americans. You know, if I win the world title, please God, it'd be nice to fight. You know, a Cotto maybe. You know, it's just all them doors open. So no, he's at the back burner. I've beaten him. I don't really want to go there again unless they offer me, you know, good money again, and it's there. But even then, I'll be tempted now to say, look, he's had his chance. We'll go and win something. Come back. You know, it's not fair on other people. We're going to do business elsewhere.
Say after this fight, I mean, we've seen on the Wembley, Frank Buglioni's jumping into a world title fight, an unexpected opportunity. If after this fight against Andy Lee you beat him and someone offered you Golovkin, what would you say then?
Well, with Golovkin, it's pointless talking about, oh, you know, I could sit here and I could say, yeah, I could tactics, I could beat him, I could do this. At the minute, Golovkin is in his prime. I'm 25. But boxing is a business, and if it's about the money, if it is very good money, you know, it had to be good money, I'll say, yeah, why not? Because if I made the fight of him, I would believe I could beat him. But I think Golovkin, I would like to catch Golovkin when he's 33, 34, and I'm 28, 29, you know? I mean, what's he, 31 now, so he's 7 years older than me, so even if he was 32 and I was coming up 28, it'd be lovely. And I'll say, yeah, jump at the chance, because, you know, but I'm not the type of person what just wants to go in there, Steve, grab the money, and, you know, oh, I've been beaten, but I've got the money. No, I want to go in there, win. I just don't want to go in there, I want to go in there, win, and then the money's a bonus. But as long as I win, that's the main thing. And at the minute, he's a hard man to stop. So it had to be a lot of money for me to take that fight.
And finally, Frank Buglioni, your old stablemate.
Yeah.
He's jumping up to challenge for the world title against Fedor Chudanov, the WBA super middleweight version. How hard is that going to be for Frank?
Listen, it's going to be a tough night's work. Frank's in your face as well, and Chudanov loves that. If Frank gets in his face and chooses to have a slug up with him, it could be over fast. But if Frank gets Bryant his jab, uses his boxing skills, switches, and you know, he's got to be switched on from 1 to 12, and he's got a chance. You know, I'm not saying he's not in there with Andre Ward of his weight. He's in there with someone, a novice, who's had 11 or 12 fights and world champion. So Frank could beat him.